honestly, I think I first experienced it when I was around 14 or 15. That's when I really started like getting panic attacks and anxiety kasi. So, growing up kasi I never really had anyone to tell me what it was. I didn't understand what it was back then. I just thought na I was acting up or nagiging OA lang ako or I was being emotional lang. Even my parents they're not really, equipped with the information or with the knowledge when it comes to mental health. I mean, with all of that. So, hirap. Hirap, especially I started my career very young also. So, the environment is also a bit, stressful. Our work is super, hectic din yung mga schedules namin. So, it's really hard. With me kasi personally, the reason why I really wanted to talk about it and to really open up is because I saw that a lot of kids also, a lot of the younger generation were going through it. So it also with what happened with my brother, So I wanted to raise awareness and I wanted to be open about my experience so that people know that it's a normal thing and that it really happens to every one of us.
For me naman din, I think it's also the same. Like, I know na everybody goes through their own journeys, diba? And lahat naman tayo may iba-ibang struggles. And honestly, it doesn't really matter who you are or where you're working or kung iba dapat masaya kami, dapat sila masaya sila. Hindi, kanya-kanya tayo ng pinagdadaanan. And my story is also, in a way, the same and different to Nad's too, because we started the same, like, almost the same age.
Yeah.
Oh, super bata kami together na. And then, it was right, like, ako naman, on my part, parang I grew up saying, like, I was kind of too big, ganyan, sometimes, like, too short, and then my skin was really bad back then, or like, that's not how you're supposed to look like, dapat ganito, dapat ganyan. It puts on a lot of pressure on you rin, diba? Pero, at the end of the day, parang for me, I feel like all of those challenges, after you go through them, they're all lessons to you. Pero that's the problem nga, getting through them, right? Yeah. So, when you're going through that, tas di mo naintindihan yung nararamdaman mo, because of the lack of the education, baka mawalan ka na lang ng gana. Di mo na mapuntahan yung gusto mong puntahan. Instead, you just give up or you doubt yourself. Yun yung mga challenges before you get to the end point. Then sometimes, ang importante dun is you have the proper people around you. You choose to eliminate yung mga toxic people or bad thoughts or anything that's distracting you or making you feel bad. Pero, yun nga, all these little tips you learn with the education nga. People like telling you, dapat try mo kaya ganito or try mo ganito.
Probably people who have access to social media, medyo informed na sila. They know a bit about, mental health and everything that goes with it. But think about people in the rural areas who don't really have connection. Like with the whole, like with all of the information, with all the internet, ganon. So, they don't know what it is, di ba? Like, uso nga sa atin yung
Kaya mo yan!
No, uso nga sa atin yung kunyari nag-act up or may pinagdadaanan, ganyan, di ba sinasabi baliw na kaagad? Like, because people in rural areas, they don't understand what it is. So, di ba, how do they explain that? So, minsan pa sinasabihan nila, sinasapian or something like that. So, it's really, it's so bad. It's so bad if you think about it. And now, a lot of people, especially, I don't want to pinpoint naman, but with my experience kasi a lot of the older generation don't really, I guess, accept and acknowledge what it is. Kasi I even have this one experience na I went to a psychologist, and kahit nung time na nag-session ako with that doctor, with her, medyo nag-gaslight pa ako ng konti. So I'm even like, wait, this is supposed to be your job, but why do I feel so weird, like, opening up to you? So, mahirap pa siya i-distinguish at the moment. And it's really something that we all have to work on. And we have to work on it fast because now, mas bata na yung generation who are experiencing it. Like, even my sister was 14 years old, she texts me and tells me na, I don't know what I'm feeling. Like there are days when because she loves drawing. She tells me sometimes that doesn't have the energy to draw. Parang she feels that she just wanna lie down like all day, So, we really have to get up and work on it like ASAP, because it's honestly getting worse by the day, especially that there are a lot of I guess a lot of things that are adding on to it as well. We have social media, we have the whole pandemic. There's so many things that are adding up onto it.
I guess with everything that's new, may kasama talagang parang judgment, and tama lahat ng sinabi rin ni Nats. And I think why we have to move on it really fast right now is to help support these people. Para kailangan nilang maramdaman na hindi sila alone eh. And the more we make them feel like it's okay to open up, masusupport natin sila, and hindi na, I guess, lalala. Alam mo yun? Kasi the voices get louder sometimes,
Yeah, that's true.
And when it's loud, parang minsan di mo na marinig din yung sarili mo na, teka lang, hindi ako to. I'm stronger than this. Kaya ko to. Pero waking back up that's the challenge, diba? So, minsan kailangan lang nung kaibigan na, uy, halika na, bangon tayo, kaya mo yan. And that's super, super, super important. So I hope you could be that to someone today, alam mo yun, or just check up on them, message them, just be like, are you okay today? Or kapit tayo, or any little thing does so much for another person.